Hey, sports and drafts fans, it's Wednesday night. He's Dave, I'm Chuck, and I've got this funky setting going here on our videos. There we go. Back to where we normally are. Welcome, everyone. We got a big show, week 7. A lot of great games this past weekend, some surprises in there as well, including for me Monday night. A little disappointed with that game, that outcome. Not that I have any skin in the game on either team, but no, some good football, and along with good football is good beer. How you doing this week, Dave, by the way?
Good, man. I'm a little ill, but I'm going to get through. Got that second vaccination shot last night, and it's kind of kicking my ass all day today, but I'll get through it, and now I'm safe for, me, my family, all those good things. So
awesome.
Yeah, hopefully that turns out good. But other than that, good, man. I'm looking forward to some really good games this week.
Awesome. I forgot to share my screen over here before you going. And
NBA started, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, some NBA started, and you'd shared that Steph Curry. So was this opening? This wasn't preseason, right?
Last night
was opening.
Last night was opening night. Regular season started. Steph Curry had a triple-double at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. They beat the Lakers 121-114. Really took off at the end. He got a lot of good help for people. Jordan Poole stepped up a bit. Wiggins hit a big shot. Iguodala was good veteran leadership on the court. Valencia had a double-double off the bench, which the Warriors hadn't had in a long, long time. So looks like he's going to be a big benefit to the team. And 1-0 and beat the Lakers on the road. And then the Bucks blew out the Nets basically in the first game of the night last night. And of course, Giannis was basically unstoppable. And Durant's firing shots up, Harden's firing shots up, but they just couldn't keep up. So they got kind of waxed. The Bucks really kind of took it to them.
Well, we'll see how the season plays out. And I liked it was I don't know, a week or two ago I heard LeBron say, yeah, it might take our team a little while to gel or something. And basically, don't expect a lot out of us at the beginning of the year. So I guess that's kind of holding true. But good for the Warriors. Good feeling. Maybe they'll get back in the swing of things and be a contender again. A little other basketball on the female side. There was a championship game. Yeah. NBA champions were the Chicago Sky. They ended up beating the Phoenix Mercury, which was kind of cool because they were both playing teams. So they won playing games. The Sky were actually the 6th seed. Really cool. Candace Parker is on that team, which she's the first woman ever on the cover of NBA 2K, the video game. She had won one title previously with the LA Sparks quite a few years ago, and she went back to Chicago, where she's from, where she grew up, because she's kind of nearing the end of her career, and so it was cool to see her win an NBA championship in front of friends and family, and going back home and doing that, since she is one of probably the greatest WNBA players that's ever played. So good for those Chicago Sky girls. That's awesome. Is there a player on this team that was from Oregon?
No.
Or is that another team? Okay.
Not that I can remember. there may be, but I don't know the whole Chicago Sky roster.
Oh, they were I saw something on my Oregon Ducks, whatever, 24/7 or something. And it was congratulations, and I thought it was one of the WNBA players that just won a championship that was a Oregon Duck.
There may be. There's a good handful of Lady Ducks that play in the WNBA, so there is a possibility. I couldn't tell you who it is right now.
Cool. Hey, Kim, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. The Chargers got a bye week this week. Thank you for not taking a bye week yourself and joining us. And so thanks for being here, Kim. Good to see you in the audience. So as we, I guess. Trying to think of which way I want to go here. So we had anyway some good games this last week. What was your game of the week? Let's talk a little bit of game, players, offense, defense.
My game of the week was Monday night. That Monday night game was really a great game. I mean, that Bills-Titans game, it was back and forth. Josh Allen played really well. Derrick Henry was a monster, and I'll get to him in a little bit when I do my offensive person of the week. But, it was just a great battle back and forth. It was close to the end, literally, a game of a couple feet at the end there. And really entertaining. It was a really entertaining game. So that was my game of the week.
That was a good game. I wasn't happy with the end result because I really wanted the Bills to win. And but yeah, it really was a good game. I mean, that was a Titans team we hadn't seen really all season. You didn't know what Titans, team. And I think with that win, it basically evened them up. Yeah, they're both 4-2, and that's quite as much as the league has been talking about the Buffalo Bills this year. All of a sudden, the Titans are right there with them. So that was a good game. My game was the Cardinals-Browns game. I expected a little bit more of a shootout, but the Cardinals defense was all over Cleveland this weekend, and that was really a great to see. J.J. Watt had another good game, getting in there and disrupting the offense, and that was my game of the week. Well, I won't go to my offense because I'll probably see your thunder, but I'll do my defensive player of the week, and that was actually T.J. Watt this week from Pittsburgh. That guy he was all over the place. 7 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, and a pass deflected, and a game-sealing forced fumble in overtime. I mean, this guy was he was just all over the place this weekend. So he was my defensive player of the week.
Yeah, I actually had the same guy, and I had everything written down that you just said.
Well,
forced fumble to seal the game. Yeah, I thought the same thing because he was all over the place. I mean, he had the most passes defended at basically an outside linebacker defensive end spot, and you would think that would be a cornerback or a safety or someone that's getting, balls thrown their way a lot. But he had the most passes deflected. He had the most sacks. He sealed the game. For me, he was the easy pick.
Yeah, so I'll let you go ahead and pick. It looks like we pretty much probably did the same thing. So who is your offensive player of the week this week?
It was Derrick Henry. I mean, he had 3 touchdowns in a huge game. He rushed 20 times for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah. He had the longest touchdown of his career, a 76-yarder that kind of gave his team a bunch of confidence and got him excited and had him thinking they could win this. So, he was definitely with three touchdown performance in that big run. He was mine.
Yeah, my player actually scored 3 touchdowns this week, ran for 143 yards on 20 carries, and a 76-yard, big run. That was Derrick Henry, by the way. Folks, we didn't plan this. So obviously these players, have really stood out this week and in their respective positions. And so, I'll tell you that my, finishing up with the hot seat, my coaching hot seat that we do every week. It's the Lions coach, Dan Campbell. At this point in the season, I mean, whether it's the Texans or Miami or Detroit, I honestly think someone should have been fired by now. And so Dan Campbell is on my hot seat this week, just because there's just isn't any improvement happening there with the team.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think he's going to be up almost every week. It's looking like, unfortunately. I mean, he cried after the game last week, so I thought his players would really, rally around that and play for him. But then they got blasted by the Bengals. Yeah. So, I mean, it didn't turn over. So, my coach on the hot seat this week, which I hate to put him on there because I actually really like him, but it's Brian Flores of the Dolphins because he led a team that had not won a game yet, beat him over in London in the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Dolphins are just kind of a mess right now, I think, at quarterback. The only bright spot they really had was their rookie receiver, Waddle, had 2 touchdowns. So he had his best game so far as a pro, but they really need to get a lot of stuff fixed with that Miami team. So as much as I
Yeah.
like him and he's a defensive coach, he was a defensive coordinator for a long time. I have to put him on my hot seat for losing to one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, no, totally. There are unfortunately, some really bad teams out there this year. And, sometimes some of these teams, it seems almost perennial, but there needs to be I think the Texans need a huge shakeup in that organization. I read something today that said Deshaun Watson could be traded to Miami. And so we'll see how that is, but he's still suspended by the league right now, right?
Yeah,
Or is he
I don't
just
know.
beating up?
He's still going through legal things, but I don't know if he's
Yeah.
actually been formally suspended because I don't think there's been a resolution to any of the lawsuits or anything. So I think everything's still kind of pending.
Yeah. Oh, well, before we move on to this week, I always try to get this in earlier in the show so I can begin enjoying. But we wouldn't be sports and drafts without the drafts, and so I was gonna get my hand around the mic here. So this week, sticking with the October, the Halloween, I picked up a 12-pack of Elysian. It's a sampler pack, so it's 4 different, but they're all, you know, October Fest or October pumpkin something. But this one that I'm enjoying tonight, and I doubt the rest will be around till next week, is Elysian's The Great Pumpkin. This is actually, I was reading up on this, and this is actually the world's first imperial pumpkin ale. Bet you didn't know that.
Did not.
No, I didn't either until I read it on their website over here, looking it up. But it's actually all of the brew. I'll tell you what, folks, if you go out and buy this 12-pack, you're going to get a little bit of alcohol in all your beers. This one's actually 8.4.
Ooh.
And that's pretty good for a sampler pack. I had they had a pumpkin porter, and I had one of those when I got home after I got it home, and it was a 7.4. So, they're treating you right. And but yeah, so I've got the Great Pumpkin, not the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Haven't even tried it yet. But that's tasty. It's definitely fall. I mean, that's definitely that's the whole mindset right there. It's like, yep, it's fall when you drink this beer. It's October, it's November. So yeah, no, this is good stuff. So what thank you, Jim and Cindy. Yes, it is yummy. Maybe if you guys come over this weekend, there might maybe be a few left if you want to try one. But thanks for joining the show. So what you got on tap this evening, Dave?
I got a beer from Torrance, California, from Smog City Brewing, Smogtoberfest. So I'm staying with the fall theme too. And the Oktoberfest, it's a festival lager. It's 5.5% ABV, and it comes this color. So it's a little darker, and it's kind of that Marzen style. It almost tastes like it's got kind of that caramely, little bit bitter taste to it. Really, really good. I really like Martens. I always like when the Oktoberfest come around and I can get some of the Martens. That's some of my favorite style of beer. Usually they're German Martens, and those are really good. So, but yeah, this is a really good one. And I splurged a little bit. I think this one can was like $6. So definitely worth it. Pretty tasty. I would have this again.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely enjoy the other 2 of these in the sampler pack. So the porter I had was so, but this one is actually quite tasty, and I can't wait to try the other 2 that I haven't tried yet. Now I have to say that you might want to continue. Maybe you should have had a few of those before the show, because here's our standings, folks. I picked up a couple of games on Dave. Now I'm up 7 games on you.
7 games.
I have no idea where I got you because you're the one who keeps tallies. I don't do a good job of that, but where'd I get you this week, and where'd you get me?
You got me with the Packers games because I took the Bears and I went with my heart instead of my head.
Mm-hmm.
They covered easy on a 4.5 spread. I took the Lions because Dan Campbell had cried and I thought his team would rally, and you took the Bengals, but the Bengals blasted them. So that's the last time I take the Lions this season. You took the Colts. I took the Texans. I thought they would hold tight for 9.5, and they got blown out by almost 30. So you got me there. I got you on the Vikings. It was only a 1-point spread, and they ended up winning in overtime by 6. But that was basically a pick 'em, and the Vikings ended up winning. And then let's see. I got you on the Cowboys. You took the Patriots, and they covered 3.5.
Oh, that was a heartbreak. That was a heartbreak. I saw the pick 6, and then I saw the other, and I was so mad at Bill Belichick. I'll let you finish it. Bill Belichick gave that game away. It was 4th and 3. There's no way in hell I'm giving the ball back to the Cowboys. No way. I don't care. They were at like the 40. You know what? I know that the Cowboys are going to go down the field and score a field goal if I give this ball up. I just know it. What does it matter if they have to go from the 20, or the 10, or from the 40? They're going to get a field goal either way. The only way I can win is to keep driving that ball. I thought that was a bad coaching decision, but I'm not an NFL coach, and every NFL coach would laugh at me and say, "Yeah, you're an idiot." But there's no way I'm giving Dak Prescott the ball back in overtime. No, there's no way. And so, sorry, that's off my soapbox. But
he didn't show very much confidence, in his rookie quarterback there. And then you got me because it was a 5-point spread in the Steelers-Seahawks game, and the Seahawks kept it close and went to overtime, and the Steelers ended up winning by only a field goal. So you got me on the spread there for Seattle, keeping it close.
Yeah, that was a decent game. Kim's like, Kim wants to get on our pick list.
I'll have to go back and tally all your picks from all the past shows and let you know how you're doing.
And we'll have to. We need to get a statistician on the show now.
You and Robert.
We gotta get a statistician. We put out a job posting. Broadcast statistician. So. Well, that's good. I thought your dad was over. Your mom and dad were over Sunday. We watched the evening game together and part of the afternoon game and about half. I think they came over for half the Cardinals game and then they stayed for dinner in the night game. And but yeah, I was telling your dad, I think Dave got me on that game. I forgot which one it was, but we were talking and. So no, obviously good week. And with, we had 6 teams not playing this week.
Yeah.
So
3 less games.
So I'm feeling warm and fuzzy right now, but hey, we're not even halfway through the season yet. So that could absolutely turn around. Before we get into this week's, our picks for week 7 NFL, why don't we go ahead and jump right into the play it through person of the week? And I think you've chosen a great one this week. And so I'm actually going to shut up my mouth and let you take over with this week's play it through person of the week, Dave.
All right, cool. Yeah, this one is a little bit different than other weeks. This one was more sentimental based. Someone playing it through in live time a couple weeks ago, and our play it through person of the week this week is the Baltimore Ravens tight end Mark Andrews. So, his grandma passed away just before that game that he played against the Colts here. And, his grandma was a huge Ravens fan. He just said she was one of the biggest Ravens fan. One of those relationships where his grandmother, lived just down the street from him the whole time he grew up as a kid. So he's very close to her. She came to a lot of the games, huge supporter in his life. And,
she passed away just a couple days before this game. And so he wanted to dedicate this game to his grandmother. And they came back. It was a 19-point comeback win against the Colts. And it was, a primetime game. And he had 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and both of the 2-point conversions to force overtime. And then they ended up winning the game in overtime. And he had a career high 147 yards in those two touchdowns and 11 catches. So, just for him playing it through, the heartbreak of losing his grandmother and, just wanting to play so well for her in her memory days after she passed, and in doing so, that's why Mark Andrews is our Play It Through Person of the Week this week.
You hear so many times of the motivation of athletes that have lost a loved one and have channeled that back into their profession. They're playing the game and having just really stepping up and in tribute to those people or that person that they lost, and real happy for this guy. I mean, it's even in the darkest of times for this guy to come out and have a good game, and to he's coming out and playing for her, and so yeah, fantastic pick, good on this guy, and just love these segments, these Play It Through. We need more of this in our world, more to really highlight these individuals or organization, whoever they may be that you've chosen. We just need to really get more of this light out there in the world. And if you guys aren't familiar with Play It Through, I've got some information up there on the screen. You can follow Play It Through and Dave at Play It Through 19 on Instagram, at Play It Through on Facebook. And please check it out because he's got all kinds of stuff going on there. There's he's got tons of apparel, whatever you need to represent your cause. Please reach out and follow Dave and check out all the fantastic stuff that he has going on through with Play It Through. And all right, so it is now time for the Week 7 picks. Maybe I'll throw maybe I'll just throw some emotional picks out there this week and try and let you get back in it. Probably not.
Probably not.
Some interesting stuff. You sent me the picks today, and I was going through them, and I said, and I was looking at them and putting them on the show, on the banners here, and that'll come up, and I was like, every road team is favored to win this week. The file you gave me, it was every road team was favored to win this week. But then I got down to the bottom. I'm like, man, I got some extra slots left. Are there really 8 teams off this week? And I got to looking at it, and it was really, there was one that you missed in the Bengals Ravens. But so the Ravens are the only home team this week that are favored. All 12 other games, the road team is actually favored to win. So that's quite I don't know. That's interesting to me, at least. I don't know if anyone, not that it means anything. It really doesn't. And, I just made my show notes go away. So, all right, so let's get into it. We've got, let me get rid of this one and get up here to the top. So we have the Browns, who just got tore up by the Cardinals, and are pretty banged up. Actually, I think they might get Nick Chubb back this week. Haven't confirmed that yet, but actually on the road, favored by 3.5 at the Broncos. What do you think about that?
Well, the Browns said that Baker Mayfield is out. So that's going to be rough. They have Case Keenum in there, who's a veteran. But, I think Teddy Bridgewater, they kind of really need a win. I don't know what the Browns – they're also missing their 2 top running backs. Hunt is out and Chubb is out. So I think I have to go with the Broncos just because I don't know how the Browns are going to score any points. They're just missing too much on offense, so I have to take the Broncos.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on the Broncos. They're just the Browns are they're beat up, and not that not that Baker Mayfield played amazing last week, and I mean the Cardinals were that good, but of course the Broncos aren't as good as the Cardinals. So, but this will be a close game. But I'm going to take the Broncos at home. I'm going to take a home team here, even though the road team is favored. So yeah, so I got the Broncos. Hey Jessica, thanks for joining the show. And I guess to get it on record is Kim's taking the Broncos, and so I get this and do a K there. So yeah, so looks like we're all on the Broncos bandwagon there. So next is the Packers are going into Washington. Maybe Aaron Rodgers do a little bit of a I own you. I should have looked up the record. I should have looked up the record on this to see, how much, if Aaron Rodgers owns the Washington Reds or football team from Washington. But anyway, the Packers are favored by 9.5. I'm taking the road team here. I'm taking the road team. There's Rodgers is they're putting some stuff together. They're starting to really roll it there in Green Bay. So I'm taking the Packers.
Yeah, I have to take the Packers too. Washington just can't score either, and the Packers are hitting their stride, and Rodgers has them confident. So I think the Packers for sure.
And Kim is on our bandwagon with the Packers. And so I'll mark that down there. And for you, Kim. Not that I'm going to really do anything. No, I'm kidding. Busy people. Let's see. Okay. Bengals, who had a good game last week, are visiting the Ravens. And this is the one home team that's favored. So the Ravens are favored by 6.5 against the Bengals. I'm taking. It's not even really a thought to me. I'm taking the Ravens on this.
I'm going to take the Bengals just to be different, just because they're playing fairly well. Joe Burrows is doing okay. 6.5 if they can hold it within a couple field goals and work with that half point. I'll take the Bengals. Try to pick one up on you.
Okay.
Division game. Hopefully they can keep it close. I think I made an error on some of the home and aways too. Now that I'm looking at my schedule, so I'll have to let you know.
You mean they're not really on the road?
Yeah, because I'm seeing that the Packers were at home, not on the road. Same with Cleveland.
Way to go, Dave.
So I'll let you know who's on home and who's away because I have the other schedule in front of me.
So the Packers are actually at home, so that's not going to change.
Which wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it wouldn't really matter.
I don't think Cleveland would matter to me either.
All right. So, and Kim's got the Ravens as well. I don't know if I said that. And getting back over here. All right. So the Chiefs are somewhere.
Chiefs are they're at Tennessee.
Okay. So the Chiefs are going to the Titans, who took care of the Bills and their defense, the leading. This is a tough pick. So what do you got on this one? I picked the last one first.
Chiefs just aren't playing that great. I mean, they really haven't been all season. They have the firepower, but they're not showing it every week. And the way the Titans played against the Bills, I think I got to take the Titans at home to not lose by basically a touchdown.
Yeah, I also have the Titans on this, and just by the way they played this week, I think they knew they had to come in and put up some points. They knew they had a tough game in front of them, and they played really well, and so and gave Josh Allen some fits. So Kim's taking the Titans, and Jake Marley is. Thanks for joining the show, Jake. He's also looking at the Titans for an upset this week. So, so it looks like we've all got the Titans this week. And let me put a K there for Kim. I'm your statistician, Kim. All right. So, Falcons, Dolphins. Where's this game at this week?
It's in Miami.
Okay, good. So, Falcons, basically two teams near the bottom. Falcons on the road, 2.5. I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win this game because this is really just picking the game. I'm going to take the Falcons because I have Ridley on my team and I put him in as my flex player. So I'm going to take the Falcons.
I'm going to take the Falcons also just because the Falcons had a bye week last week. I think they have a better quarterback situation. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for a bad Dolphin team who's getting back from a London game, which that's going to be rough to come back. So I'm going to definitely take the Falcons on this.
Okay. Kim's got the Falcons. Jake checks in with the Fins. He's going with Miami to win this game. They definitely could, but you just don't know. I'm just gonna put my money on Matt Ryan, and it's his team.
The Titans. He's a Titan fan.
Oh, is it? All right. So we've got. Oh, I gotta. Oh, comments. Gotta get rid of this one first. This whole software, you got to click what section you want to be in, comments, banners, before you can do anything. Anyway, on down to the team that I thought should have won this week. Patriots are favored by 7, going to the Jets. Yes? No? They're at home?
They're at home.
Okay. So, I'm taking the Patriots here.
Yeah, even though the Jets have a bye, they're terrible. And I just think Belichick with going against a rookie quarterback is never good for the rookie quarterback. So he's going to give them a lot of looks. I expect the Patriot defense to get some turnovers and win this game. So I'll take the Patriots also.
Yeah. So, and Kim, I've got you down for the Patriots also. And so, Kim, you got to take our chance here once in a while. You got to differ from us. Or we're just really that good, That's probably what it is, We pick so well that, how can you argue with us, right? Panthers going to the Giants, right? Nope. Yep.
Okay. They are going to the Giants. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Good. So Panthers at the Giants. Panthers laying 3. I'm taking the Panthers here.
Yeah, Giants are terrible.
Yes. Sterling Shepard is. Heard he's back, but I think he only missed a game or something, maybe. He's not. But he's their lone receiver. That's all they got. It's Sterling Shepard, and I don't think this will be much of a game or much of a challenge for Panthers. Sorry, lost my train of thought.
Jake, what's the score on the Dodger Brave game? He's a big Dodgers fan. They're playing right now.
So Raiders are playing the Eagles this week somewhere.
They are in Las Vegas. So their Raiders are at home.
Okay, so Raiders are at home against the Eagles. I'll let you pick this one first. I think we're going to differ on this.
After the Raiders won at the Broncos by like 10, I didn't think they'd do that well without Gruden, but I don't know. I mean, David Carr got them to rally. They won the game on the road. Now they're coming back home against a kind of struggling Eagles team. I'm going to take the Raiders to win by a field goal at home.
Yeah, we're going to differ here. Here's a chance for you to pick up a game on me. I am going to take the Eagles. And
Dodgers.
If we go, let's check in over here. So
Dodgers are down
9-2.
It's about to be 3-1. They're already down 2-1.
So wow.
Braves and the Sox.
That's a lot of offense in the playoffs. I mean, and oops, what'd I do? Eagles secondary sucks. Carr will throw.
Jake lives by Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah.
But not a Philly fan?
He's a Raider fan.
I'm still gonna stick with the Eagles. And you know what? I'm throwing Dave a bone this week. It's just not fair. So I'm throwing Dave a bone this week to pick up a game on me. Kim is also taking the Raiders. So, I can't finish out the season just picking everything for same as Dave now. So Jake says that the Dodgers were down 3-1 last season and did beat the Braves. So there is hope. There is hope. On we go. Rams, 15 points.
This a college game?
Against my hot seat coach, Dan Campbell.
They're in Los Angeles, by the way. So they're at home too.
Oh, see, that changes my pick because I had the Lions pick there. I'm kidding. No, I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I think the Rams win this by 3 touchdowns.
Oh, I hope so since I'm picking them.
It's Jared. It's the quarterbacks going back. So Jared Goff has to go back to LA and play against Aaron Donald and his defense that he played with last year, and they're going to know everything about him from practicing with him and stuff. And he doesn't have the talent on the Lions, so I think they're going to eat him alive on defense.
Yeah, and so does Kim. And so on we go. Cardinal. This is the biggest spread of the week. I think is crazy.
They're down the street from your house. This is in Arizona.
Yeah, 18.5 points. This might be the game. Maybe I can find some tickets. I'm sure I can.
No one wants to see this.
But yeah, Cardinals 18.5 points. But I have my reservations, and it's not about the Texans being able to slow down the Cardinals. It's about the Cardinals putting the pedal to the metal. They barely beat the 49ers. It was 17-10, but still, that was within a score against a backup quarterback, rookie backup quarterback. Not that I'm not saying anything else bad about the 49ers. They did a great job in slowing down the offense. Then the Cardinals come out and they destroy Cleveland. So I just don't know. That's a lot of points.
Points.
Trust me, I am all in for the Arizona Cardinals that are 10 minutes away from me. I have a hard time with this. I have a really hard time with this. It's a lot of points. I'm still going to take the Cardinals.
Yeah. I think I have to. I saw the Texans lose by 40 this year already to the Bills.
Yeah.
And the way that Murray's playing, he might be the MVP right now. He's throwing for 3 or 4 touchdowns a game, and I don't see the Texans stopping them at all. I see him throwing it all over them.
Goff can't, or going back to the Rams game, Goff can't throw a ball laying on his back. Stanford and the Rams for the win. I'll tell you what, I still think Stafford is as mediocre as Goff. That's this team is not going to go very well. I mean, into the postseason, Stafford has already shown his weaknesses in playing tough teams this year. So, but still, yeah, the Rams are that good. The rest of the team is that good. Cards for the win. Yes, Cam, you're right with us. The final of the Braves game was 9-2 tonight, and very smart of you, Bailey from Cali. Yes, sir, it was. Loving it here in Arizona. Thank you. Bucks. There's some big spreads this week. Rams 15, Cardinals 18.5, Bucks 12.5 at your Bears, who haven't been playing that
they're
bad.
in Tampa. They're actually in Tampa.
This is Dave's fault, by the way, folks. I'm just saying.
It is.
No, I'm kidding.
I think I typed it wrong.
So that's why everyone, my amazing, all the road teams are favored this week. That if you're watching the beginning of the show right now, strike that, reverse it. Doesn't mean anything now. Anyway, so the Bucks are at home, 12.5 favorites against the Bears. I'll let you pick this one first.
God, so I've been picking the Bears with my heart, and I think I'm about 50-50 because they're sticking in some games just because of their defense, but they can't score.
They don't have any running backs right now. They still got a rookie quarterback against the GOAT at home. I think I got to take the Bucks. There's just too many weapons. They just have too many. I mean, Antonio Brown went crazy last week, and if it's not him, it's Evans scoring 2 touchdowns, and then if Gronk comes back, maybe it's him scoring 2 touchdowns. Fournette's running the ball pretty well. He's been running real hard lately, so I just don't know. I mean, they have Khalil Mack, and they have some things over there, but he gets rid of the ball so fast. Khalil Mack's not going to matter. He's not going to be fast enough to get to him before he has the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
So I got to
5 seconds.
Yeah, I got to take the Bucks.
Yeah. I mean, again, these kind of point spreads are tough, but I mean, and honestly, I don't think the Bears are 12.5 point. I mean, that bad.
Yeah.
I just don't think they are. I just don't think they've proven themselves enough to say, yeah, we can hang in a game with someone. So, so your 49ers are playing the Colts. Where are they playing the Colts?
In San Francisco. They're at home.
Okay, so they're at home. They are 3.5 point favorites. I'll make you happy. I'm going to take your 49ers this week and to beat the Colts.
Yeah, I got to take them. They've also had a bye week last week, so they've had 2 weeks to prepare for Carson Wentz. Their run defense is really good, so they don't really. I don't think I have to worry about Jonathan Taylor as much. And I mean, if I don't know if I want to rely on Carson Wentz to win games for me against a good defense. So as long as I think Garoppolo is going to be back, I think Trey Lance is out. So
really?
I think Garoppolo's been practicing this week. I think he'll be back. So I think he'll be back and play well enough to get 3.5 at home with a 2-week preparation time. And it will be DeForest Buckner coming back to play against his old team. He's defensive tackle for the Colts. One of the guys I really, when we traded him, we didn't re-sign him basically, and he went to the Colts. That was one of the biggest heartbreakers for me because that dude is a stud. I wanted him to be like one of those career stays on our team forever guys. So it'd be interesting to see how he plays against his old team there.
So Kim's actually going to differ with us. She's taking the Colts.
No Christmas card for you this year. That's all I got to say. Ripping it up.
The family infighting begins. And this is the time of year it begins, So Kim takes the Colts. But you know what? Just to be fair, it's not going to ever change my mind. The Colts, they won this week, right? Oh, they were playing the Texans. Never mind.
Doesn't count.
I was like, Carson Wentz finally, looked good this week. And, but yeah, 31-3 against the Texans. So, and I was worried about 18.5 with the Cardinals and the Colts won by 28 points.
Yeah.
Wow. And Kim says, don't ever, telling you to not ever vote for the Chargers again.
Oh, I probably will. I like the Chargers.
Yeah, but it hurt them last week, Dave.
It did.
They sucked. Anyway,
they played awful.
They played horrible. That was supposed to be my game of the week before it ever started.
Didn't see that coming.
So Saints Seahawks are they playing in Seattle?
Yep. That's the Monday night game.
Saints are favored by 5.
When do you think you would see a team like the Saints this year favored in Seattle on a primetime game at Seattle when Seattle always has like home field advantage for decades and the last decade basically and the 12th man, and they're a 5-point underdog at home on Monday Night Football? Yeesh.
It's unreal. And I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
Because Russell's out, like Jake said.
Yeah.
They don't have their guy, and Gino played his ass off, but the last 2 games, Lockett slipped and he blew it, threw a pick, and then this time he fumbled it. He's ended the last 2 games on a turnover to basically lose the game when they could have won the last 2 weeks.
And I'm taking the Saints on this. This is I mean, I'm taking the Saints.
I'm going to
Not
take
that
the Hawks.
Not that Seattle's playing bad.
Yeah.
Even with Geno in there, I just think, with everything that's going on, I mean, the Seahawks last week with Russell Wilson win the game. And I truly believe that. And against the Steelers Sunday night. So, but yeah, and Kim is checking in with the Saints also.
Monday.
And so the Saints.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Hawks. I'm going to take the Hawks just for my wife and all my Hawk friends and family.
Marching in, easy win. Jake's on my side. So it looks like you could pick up 2 games on me this week, maybe.
We differ on 3.
3? Okay, you can pick up 3. Eagles, Raiders,
Bengals, Ravens, Saints, Hawks.
Bengals, Raven. Oh, down there. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I had to write that game in. So you can pick up 3 games on me. I think you can definitely do it. Those are all, by the spread winnable games. And some good games this week. Is there a game you're looking forward to watching this week that stands out?
I think the Chiefs-Titans game, after how the Titans played against Buffalo, and with the Chiefs being one of the best teams in the AFC and having MVP Patrick Mahomes, and they've been struggling, I really think this game will kind of show us where the Chiefs are at, because they're going to really need to step up and play well. Titans just had a big win against a really good team. I think they're both kind of vying for one of the top spots in the AFC. So I think that's kind of a big game. That would be my big game of the week, Chiefs-Titans.
No, that's going to be a good game. I'm actually looking at the Bucks-Bears. I hope that is a really good game. Obviously, we picked the Bucks, so as long as the Bucks win by 12.5, 13, obviously, all the better. But I'm actually looking forward to that game. I if it's close, I really don't care because we all picked it, so no big deal. But I'm actually looking forward to that game and seeing the Bears play. So Jake, you know what, Jake? Thanks for asking. This is a really good question, Jake. And we had this graphic up earlier. Jake, again, thanks for asking this question. So here's how we stand so far this year. It looks like I've won 53 games, and Dave has won 46.
Losing record.
So I'm 7-up on Dave this year, but you know what, Jake? Thanks for helping me rub that in a little bit. You are our gold star fan of the week. So anyway, so any last thoughts? Any last comments?
No, not really. I'm stoked for NBA to start. I think maybe we'll be talking a little bit more about that as the season, progresses and things like that. And then, hockey just started. I don't know if we'll talk much about that because we don't really know anything about that, to be honest, and we don't really watch it. But if something amazing happens, maybe we'll comment on it at the beginning of the show, or if people request a little hockey talk, maybe we have to do our due diligence or whatever. But yeah, we just have to definitely get into some NBA basketball because we're both kind of into that also, and it's early in the season, so we'll definitely be talking more about football. Also, college basketball will be starting up not too long from now, and Gonzaga is the number 1 ranked team in the preseason AP poll, which is exciting for us being from that area and knowing how much of a small team and how they've built that program up to now be a powerhouse. Almost won the championship last year. They returned, a couple really good guys from last year's squad that almost won the championship. So Oregon's ranked in the top 10. I think they're 8th in the AP poll. Really excited for some college ball to start too, college basketball. And then college football season will be winding down sooner than we know it. I mean, the season will be coming to an end there, and we'll be, Alabama lost, so that was amazing. And some really big teams that hardly ever lose have already lost. So I think it's really going to be a fun end of the season for college football this year, and a little bit of the unknown compared to years past in college football at the end.
Are we still in the 4-team playoff? Or have they
Yeah.
expanded it yet? Yeah.
Still 4.
It's supposed to be in the next year or two, right? Go to 8 teams or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think they want to do that.
So actually, talking a little college ball real quick. Big game this weekend for the Ducks, going back to face old Chip Kelly, their favorite head coach, my favorite head coach, at UCLA. So big game there.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that game because we haven't been playing so well lately. And we lost Verdell for the season, and so Dye has to really step up, and we're a little banged up. Our quarterback's a little up and down. Our defense is a little up and down in the secondary, and so yeah, it should be a good game. I hope we can pull that one out.
Yeah, that's I'm worried about it too. My money's probably right now on UCLA the way the Ducks are playing. I just thought last week they were just completely flat, but as much as this pains me to say, being a Trojan fan, UCLA will upset. I'm with you, Jake. I'm afraid that might happen because I just don't know that the aggressiveness is just not there with Anthony Brown, the quarterback. A lot of checkdowns, a lot of short passes, and you got to stretch that field out and help your running back in your running game. So it'll be a fun game to watch. Hopefully it's on TV because I definitely will be watching it. My streaming services don't have the Pac-12 network, but
so it's on ABC, I believe, at 12:30. It's on ABC, I think.
Oh, good. Then I'll definitely be watching that game this Saturday while I paint the house or lay flooring or something I've got to do. So anyway, with that, folks, it is time for us to say goodbye for the what do we got there?
You do want to go to Vegas with me, Jake, because you see this? This is winning tickets I'm mailing in so that they can send me my money. That's what that is. Gotta mail that tomorrow so I can get my winnings.
Yeah, and you don't want to go with me because I've never bet in Vegas, and when I actually put money on it, unfortunately, I still bet with my heart. So the heart never wins, and I bet stupid. I bet stupid if I did. If I were to bet, I'd bet stupid. So
we'll see in March when you go with us for March Madness this year.
Oh yeah, because I'll put all my money on the Ducks or something, but knowing they can't make it, I always put the Ducks on like the Final Four in my bracket, and it doesn't happen. Of course, I had Gonzaga winning last year, and I thought that they laid an egg, and against a team they should have won against, but is what it is, All right, folks, it is that time. We're going to say goodbye for the week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you mostly for being a part of the show, putting in your comments. We love interacting with you. Do us a favor. Share the show with your friends because the more the merrier. And if there's a beer out there you like, if there's a draft, especially in the month of October, we're highlighting Oktoberfests or pumpkin ales, or, we're sticking with the October pumpkin theme. Tell us if, put in the comments and what if you have a favorite or something you want us to test out or try on the show. We're happy to do that. Believe me, I'm always happy to go to Bevmo or Total Wine. I'm happy to. So walk the aisles and look for something new. So, but thank you, Kim. Thank you, everyone. Jim and Cindy and Jake. And I saw Corey on there. So thank you, everyone, for joining the show. And we'll see you all next week on Sports and Drafts. Have a great week, Dave.
Have a great week.